My content is intended for adult collectors of the product, not made for kids. Hello everyone! For this video we're going to be going over the final chapter of Beyblade Burst. A shout out to Mo from the WBO for translations and any extra context. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you are new here. We're going to be going over the last chapter. Let me know your thoughts. I will probably do a brief rant on DB and my overall thoughts. Overall, I think the chapter is a solid ending. Last part, but we'll go over it. So, and I can't show the images. Anything I show's either publicly tweeted or whatever, and I'll probably just use Photoshop that I've done. So the chapter starts off with Valt practicing with his ultimate Valkyrie. Valt's family's there. He sees dad, his mom, Toko, Nika, and he has ultimate Valkyrie. And the important thing to note here is how he actually got to there. Raul, or was it Zoro, helped him with the creation of ultimate Valkyrie. Unlike the anime, where the anime had it to where Valt was like pushing Valkyrie and they still wanted to battle Rashad, and then after it broke again, like Burst had this issue where every time they ever lose, just the Bay breaks, the Bay breaks, the Bay breaks. And I just love that they did this, and it's such like a good thing to also incorporate a character that we've seen in God / Chozetsu. And I love the inclusion of it. I also love that they go to, I believe, Beigoma Academy, and Volt's friends help him out. We have Rantaro, Daigo, Wakia, Ken, and I love that they want to help out Valt train with his ultimate Valkyrie. So in this battle, you have Daigo that has Hollow Death Scyther, you have Wakia with Jet Wyvern, Ken they don't show, but Rantaro does have Cyclone Ragnarok, which was important to note, so that is very interesting that he owns that. It's probably, if this was like in the anime, there's probably be like some color variation or something, I don't know, it'd be like the Red Cyclone. After that, he is training with tires. It gives me, it's like a callback to season 1. And I like this idea where they're actually setting up Valt's sort of journey to the finale, to the last battle. Really good job by Hiro Morita here to incorporate things of the past into this. And Shu gives him a water bottle, and you have like this nice little chit-chat moment. And I love that Hiro Morita has done such a great job with the manga. Even if there's some things here and there I might be like, you know, this could have been done a little bit better. He still does like a phenomenal job. Bill calls him out, so I believe this is for like, it's like the champion title match. And on Bill's side, you have his grandpa, Hana, and Renzo, Rashad, and Basara. And then after on Volt's side, there's Shu, Rantaro, Daigo, Ken, Wakia, Xander, Zack, and Volt's family. And as they're going through it, the important thing to note is that Belial is not with the gears. The reason for this is because Rashad broke the gears before. In a way, I kind of like this because this is sort of Bell showing that he doesn't need all those upgrades to prove that he's a strong blader and this resonance and everything, right? And I kind of like that they do that. And Belial's going like strong, and Bell wants to win and defeat Valt. They're both going at it, and when Belial slams Valkyrie on the side, it basically does like a really big hit, and it kind of goes sideways, and the variable dash hits the wall, and it awakens. And that is the coolest thing, because it bounces right back, and it KOs Belial. And it is such a cool idea for the awakening, and honestly, one of Valt's best moments in a battle. That is like so cool, that he like hit it so, and then, that's really, really cool. One of my favorite rounds. And afterwards, in the second round, they kind of like talk about, I guess, like the love for Beyblade, resonance, and that kind of idea. Because in the following, they also show Shu, Louie, Free, Rashad, Hikaru Hyuga, Drum, Aiga. And it's kind of like this idea of like, you know, caring about Beyblade and kind of like, I guess, the bond in that stuff. And you see Chris at BC Soul, you see Louie at his island, a little iPod, Free at his little forest place. Aiga with Ranjiro, Suo, and Fubuki. Drum with his GT crew, and I love the Queen is also there analyzing the battle. Hikaru and Hyuga are practicing, and I love this idea because it's the idea of like generations and like passing down the torch, right? Now he beats Valkyrie by a burst finish, and that's the part where I'm kind of like, okay. And then after he just vaults there. So the reason why I'm not like craziest about this is like the idea that how he won. So like, Bell can win, right? I don't have the issue with Bell winning. But when he does the burst, it's kind of like weird because it's like, okay, I get that they're clashing, but I feel like they could have kind of built it up more, like tension in the battle, like they're both close to bursting each other, right? And then after, because maybe the burst stopper of Belial, he's able to hold out, and maybe that's why, I don't know. It just kind of like, the burst was kind of weird for me. I don't know. I think it was still okay. I think Valt gets paid a lot of respect in this, and that's what I really do like. And I think overall this was a solid ending to the series. It kind of builds on Valt as it started with him. And it is, again, like the generations and everything, and I like that, like passing down the torch. I think it was solid. I think overall the manga was pretty good. I think only stuff I maybe didn't like was sort of pacing with the gears and everything. And I think, you know, you can maybe make the argument that maybe the anime was able to handle maybe characters better. I don't really know what you'd say. Maybe, I bet you can maybe talk about Hana and Renzo, maybe. Maybe that's fair. I think when it comes to, I mean, Basara, I would say anime and manga are pretty close to each other. Anything else? Ilya, yeah, the manga didn't do, but that's probably just because of the editors and probably Marita wanted to, but couldn't. The anime arguably has done it way worse with Ilya because they had the character and they did nothing with it, and they could have done, like... For Ilya, it's such an important thing for, like, representation because it's a female blader that's a main blader and burst that we have not actually gotten. We finally get it, and it's like... I don't know, they just... Very poor execution, I would say, because you don't really get much about, like, your character. It doesn't really develop that. Like, honestly, like, if you want to just compare, like, a good female character that developed in Burst, you can look at, like, Sasha from Beyblade Burst God, or even Ichiga that had the arc at the start with Fumiya and everything. I think Pain was also really awful in the anime. Good design, great battles, motivation. I don't know, the setup could have been a lot better. I think it was still a little bit whack, and I think Pain was pretty poor. Anything else? No, I mean, that's kind of it. I think the anime just suffered. I mean, okay, the manga suffers from some pacing. The anime is kind of like a way worse, because the anime does not develop their characters at all. Like the manga, you can get like a lot of the philosophies of these characters. The anime is so bare bones to almost non-existent that like I don't even want to get started on it. And also, like, the anime just kind of feels like a lot of nothing. What I mean by that is, like, okay, Bell's, like, at the start, challenges the world, whatever. Okay, then after the Wakia sky thing, whatever, and I'm like, okay. And then after, it's like this thing with Rashad, and after Rashad, and then after, like, there's, like, a mini, like, tournament thing where the goal is to battle Rashad or something. And then after Pain comes along, and then after doesn't, and leaves, and no one talks about Pain now. And then after there's another tournament to make Rashad, I guess, not take Beyblade so seriously. I mean, like, the manga does it way better, because the manga, they set up Rashad's character properly. You know, it's a good start where we kind of see Rashad, and he's like, oh, he's a nice guy, and he's like the top blader, and then we kind of see a little bit of this sort of extreme side for his sort of mentality for being a hero, and how he views Bell and everything. I cannot wait to do a full video going over this, but manga way better, way better. The anime, I would say DB is like the worst season for Burst. In general, I don't know. In general, I gotta really decide. But, I mean, there's like a lot of factors that go into this, like how the pandemic affected the anime and all that stuff. But like either way, you gotta look at the product for how it is. And you can consider these external factors that maybe affected it, but there's only so much to the extent that you can like say, okay, well, that's and whatever. But I think it was such a nice send-off for Valt in the manga. And the burst, yeah, I'll agree. Not feeling it, but I think overall with how that, like, I mean, honestly, the burst was just more awkward how it happened. Like, I don't care that Valt lost, it's just how it happened. And that's it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think of Dynamite Battle? Do you like this season? Do you not like this season? Before we end off, I just want to mention that we have a giveaway where we are giving away 10 Ultimate Valkyries. It expires March 13th, 2022. Don't miss out on it. It's a great opportunity. You just have to enter by being a subscriber of the channel. Some other stuff, but check out the original video where we went over it. That being said, we also have a store where we're selling TAKARA TOMY releases. Great deals and everything. Check out our store. Please show it some support. We have Sparking, Dynamite Battle, other stuff, deals and bundles. Check it out. And that'll be it for now. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.